If you think of the world's major currencies, they all have a symbol. The US dollar, the pound sterling, the Japanese yen, the euro, all except for the Indian rupee, at least up until 2010. It was highly unusual for such an important and major currency not to have a sign, instead being represented simply by the letters RS. And so the Indian government announced a public competition that would change this, a competition to design the rupee symbol and rebrand the currency's very identity to represent the ethos and culture of a nation. And there were over 25,000 entries from all over India, of which the Finance Ministry managed to narrow it down to just 5 finalists. And of those 5, Udaya Kumar's design was selected to become the new face of the Indian rupee. It's an incredibly meaningful symbol, a blend of the letter R and the Devanagari symbol RA, bringing together the two and allowing for international recognition. And the 2 horizontal lines at the top represent both the Indian tricolour flag and the equality sign. It was a historic moment, and the symbol's implementation was to be no small task. All kinds of systems and objects would require updating, from computer systems to keyboards, from checkbooks to postage stamps. In fact, the Indian Postal Department became one of the symbol's earliest adopters when they featured it on stamps commemorating the country's hosting of the Commonwealth Games that year. All that was left was the currency itself. The symbol first appeared on coins the following year, and then banknotes a year after that in 2012. Today, an even newer series of banknotes has been released, and it's these notes that this video is going to focus on. So if you enjoy it, please consider subscribing. Also, a quick disclaimer, I've been getting a lot of comments about the legality of taking rupees out of India. As of February 2016, the Indian government allows you to take up to 25,000 rupees out of the country, which is roughly £250 or $350 worth. So yes, having a small amount for a personal collection is perfectly legal. I'd also like to apologise in advance, in case I pronounce any places, names or words incorrectly. Now on to the banknotes. The new series consists of a 10, 50, 100, 200, 500 and 2000 rupee note. Unfortunately, due to those export restrictions, I was unable to acquire the 2000 for this video. There's also a 1, a 5 and a 20 rupee note that remain in circulation from a previous series. The 1 rupee is something of a strange banknote. It's physically very small, measuring only 9.7 centimeters in length, and at the time of writing is worth ever so slightly more than 1 British penny. And stranger yet, there's also a 1 rupee coin, which is actually printed on the banknote. Its reverse features a Sagar Samrat oil rig located off the coast of Mumbai, and although not part of the most recent series, it still features the rupee symbol, as the series it's from was released after the symbol's adoption. Next up is a 5 rupee note. It features Mahatma Gandhi on the front, leader of the Indian independence movement and father of the nation, and a tractor ploughing a field on the reverse. Gandhi can be seen again in the note's watermark, and under UV light, various patterns and the security strip are highlighted. Although still in circulation, the 5 rupee note has been discontinued. The 10 rupee is the smallest denomination from the new series, and like the rest of the banknotes, features Gandhi on the front and in the watermark. The level of detail on his portrait is mind-blowing, employing a printing technique called microprint. If you were to look at the note with a magnifying glass, you would notice that the rim of Gandhi's glasses reads Bharat, the Hindi word for India. It's a level of precision that counterfeiters simply cannot replicate. Its reverse portrays the Konark Sun Temple, a Hindu temple and UNESCO World Heritage Site. Again, under UV light, various aspects of the note's design are illuminated, as with the 20 rupee, which sees a view of Mount Harriet National Park on the reverse. The 50 rupee is the second note from the new series, and a rather striking fluorescent blue. Something I really love about this series is the language panel on the reverse of each note. The front displays 50 rupees in both English and Hindi, but this box on the back displays it in a further 15 languages, including Bengali, Punjabi and Sanskrit, ensuring that the note is accessible to an enormous array of speakers of the various languages used around India. There's also a picture of a chariot at Hampi, the ruins of a vast city in southern India, and another UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 100 rupee is an equally striking lavender colour and features Rani Ki Vav on the reverse, a stepwell, once again a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The bright yellow 200 rupee is a brand new denomination. It didn't exist prior to this series. Its reverse depicts the Sanchi Stupa, a Buddhist complex atop a hill in central India, and you guessed it, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Another cool feature of this new series I want to quickly point out is this tilt effect box. When viewed from a normal angle, it just appears as a pattern, but when tilted, the denomination is revealed. The 500 rupee is a dull grey colour, but still an interesting note portraying the incredibly impressive Red Fort, yet another UNESCO World Heritage Site. Each year on Independence Day, the Prime Minister hoists the Indian flag at the fort's main gate, and this can be seen in the image. The flag even glows when exposed to UV light. The final note is the 2000 rupee, which, like I said, I was unable to obtain for this video. It's bright pink, and like the 200, a brand new denomination for this series, and it breaks the mould a little. Rather than a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it features the Mars Orbiter mission, a space probe launched in 2013 by the Indian Space Research Organisation, making it the 4th space program to reach Mars. The rupee's new symbol represented a meaningful new identity for the currency, and these new banknotes have only furthered that direction, portraying immensely important historical sites, and with the 2000, important advances towards the country's future. And even beyond their meaning, it's undeniable that the Indian rupee are among the most beautiful banknotes in the world.